No one is crazier than Jason. This time he actually performed with his girlfriend at a packed racetrack, turning the horse race into a reality show, creating a sensation throughout Los Angeles. Why does Jason become more and more crazy each time? The story starts from when Jason's heart was stolen. He tracked the culprit to a nightclub, accidentally saw a hot dancer performing on stage, who turned out to be his girlfriend. He went over and roughly drove away the men bothering his girlfriend. Then the two who hadn't seen each other for a long time naturally had a tender moment, but were interrupted by a technician who fell in love at first sight after Jason saved the day. Just then, a heavily tattooed man with his crew headed straight for Jason, the air instantly filled with tension. Jason told his girlfriend to get down on the ground to avoid bullets, then started shooting. Suddenly there were bullets flying everywhere. The scene became chaotic. The tattooed man took a hit and fled in panic. Just like that, Jason took down an entire team. The other side suffered heavy casualties. Jason interrogated a bald guy who couldn't run, only then learned their boss Johnny sent them to capture Jason and watch him perish. Jason felt confused. He didn't know this person at all, but he had no time to think about it. First he had to get his girlfriend away from this dangerous place. Just as they left the club, a large group of police officers blocked Jason's path. Jason knocked down the approaching officers with a few punches and kicks, but at this moment his heart was running low on power. The police immediately surrounded Jason and started attacking. One officer took out a stun gun and shot Jason. Unexpectedly, this was exactly what he needed. This actually recharged Jason. Jason roared and fought in all directions. He single-handedly overpowered all the officers present, then drove off in a police car with his girlfriend. From a redhead dancer who was caught in the police car, they learned Johnny had a hobby of betting on horses. He must be at the racetrack right now. So the group headed straight to the racetrack. On the way, because they were driving a police car, a group of protesters blocked their path. Unfortunately, the pursuing police also arrived. Jason had to abandon the car and run. On the way he saw someone skateboard downstairs which looked cool, so he wanted to try it too. But his legs split apart and he fell down. Immediately he was sweating from pain. The pain affected his speed. Finally he was surrounded by police. At the critical moment, a long-haired man on a motorcycle appeared just in time. It turned out to be his subordinate coming to rescue him, but Jason was very surprised. Without saying a word, the subordinate slapped Jason, pulled Jason onto the bike and drove off. On the road, Jason asked what was going on. How did someone come back to life? It turned out to be his subordinate's twin brother, who came from Hollywood. He knew Jason was his brother's friend, so he found Jason to get revenge for his brother together. Speaking of this, Jason suddenly remembered to ask the man why he slapped him earlier. The man said he had Tourette's syndrome, couldn't control himself, could have episodes anytime. As he was talking, he had an episode. A sudden break threw both of them heavily to the ground. After getting up, Jason told the man he wanted to get revenge for his brother. First they needed to find out Johnny's location. Then they walked into the racetrack. Jason found he was running low on power again, so he called the doctor to ask for a solution. The doctor laughingly suggested to Jason he could charge up through skin-to-skin friction, told him to find someone at the scene to try it. He saw a tattooed man leaning against a pillar. Jason went over pretending to watch the race and rubbed against the man, but was mistaken for a pervert, and got a good scolding. Jason had to look for the next target. He saw an elderly lady with mobility issues, came behind her and kept rubbing. Just then his girlfriend arrived and saw the scene, nearly dropped her jaw. Security also rushed over. Fortunately, his girlfriend immediately explained that her boyfriend had too much to drink. At this time Jason's power was almost depleted. He only had time to tell his girlfriend one word: friction. His girlfriend had a sudden inspiration, remembering the previous episode, immediately started rubbing with Jason, generating power through love. The race began. The wild horses broke free and shot out like lightning. But at this moment no one cared about the race. The entire packed stadium was cheering and celebrating. The audience went crazy. The commentator went crazy. Everyone went crazy. The following scenes were hard to watch. After some time, the fully charged Jason saw Johnny, who stole his heart, laughing happily in the audience. So he immediately left his girlfriend to chase Johnny. On the way, Johnny ran into his accomplice's car. Jason used all his strength to take a shortcut and jump onto the car, but was eventually thrown off, letting Johnny escape.